Most people don't burn out because they're weak. They burn out because they don't know how to stop. Let's get real for a moment. We've been conditioned to think the path to success is through constant motion, always building, producing, responding, pushing. The problem isn't that we work hard. The problem is that we don't know when, or how to stop. Even athletes, performers, and spiritual seekers fall into this trap. You think rest is laziness, that slowing down means losing ground, but that's not how nature works. And Laozi, through chapter 23 of the Tao Te Ching, reminds us that even the most powerful forces must come to stillness. Chapter 23, Translation. To speak rarely is natural. That is why a gusty wind doesn't last the morning, a downpour of rain doesn't last the day. Who does this? Heaven and earth. If even heaven and earth cannot go on forever, how much less can human beings? Therefore, those who follow the way assimilate to the way. The virtuous assimilate to virtue. Those who have lost assimilate to loss. Those who assimilate to the way are happy to gain it. Those who assimilate to virtue too are happy to gain it. And those who assimilate to loss are also happy to gain it. When trust is insufficient, there is distrust. This passage may be short, but it carries deep wisdom, especially for those of us in the modern world who are living like we're stuck in an unending storm. Awareness is what teaches you when to pull back. You've probably felt it before. That sensation of having to be on every day, feeling guilty when you're not doing something productive. The rising anxiety if you even think about taking a break. And eventually you're not even performing anymore. You're just reacting. You're no longer in rhythm. You're no longer connected. You're surviving the storm instead of surfing it. Laozi calls it out clearly. A gusty wind doesn't last the morning. A downpour doesn't last the day. If nature itself, wind, rain, thunder, must pause, then what makes us think we're built for constant intensity? This is where awareness comes in. Awareness tells you when to rest, when to pull back, when to stop grasping and allow yourself to receive. When the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. I once trained a fighter who had talent, heart, and an iron will. He trained twice as long as anyone, never missed a session, always had something to prove. People admired him, machine, relentless, all in. But under the surface, he was breaking down. His mind was clouded. His body was riddled with micro-injuries. His breath was always tight, and the spark, the flow that made him dangerous in the ring, it was flickering. One day after training, he asked me, "Why do I keep hitting a wall? I'm doing everything right." I looked him in the eye and said, "You're doing everything, but at the wrong pace." So we started again, not from strength, but from stillness. I had him. Breathe for 10 minutes before sparring. Practice moving at 30% intensity. Watch the breath of his opponent instead of throwing the first shot. And most importantly, feel his own internal storm before stepping into any external battle. And something shifted. He became unpredictable, fluid, responsive, calm. His power increased, but his effort decreased. Why? Because he finally learned to listen to the rhythm beneath the reaction. He stopped trying to control the storm and started surfing the Tao. Tao moves in cycles, not straight lines. This is the Tao at its core, rhythm over rigidity. Every system in nature pulses. The tides rise and fall. Breath comes and goes. Even trees follow light and dark. But we forget this. We try to force growth in a straight line. We believe the myth that consistency means constant acceleration. But sustainable excellence doesn't come from staying on. It comes from mastering when to turn off. As Laozi writes, "Heaven and earth cannot go on forever. How much less can human beings?" This isn't about weakness, it's about wisdom. When you live against nature's rhythm, your body will eventually rebel. Your breath will shorten, your mind will spin, and your spirit, that deep internal compass, will grow dull. Assimilation is awareness. Laozi writes, "Those who follow the way assimilate to the way." The key word here is assimilate. To assimilate means to absorb, to blend, to become part of something. So the question becomes, what are you assimilating to? The pace of modern chaos? The storm of your own self-imposed expectations? The endless pressure to do more, be more, prove more? Or are you assimilating to breath, stillness, presence, the subtle flow of Tao? Because what you blend with, you become. And awareness is what allows you to choose. Action step 1, the rhythm reset practice. Here's something to help you re-enter the cycle of natural performance. Do this before you train, work, or speak. 1, stand or sit comfortably. 2, inhale through your nose for 4 counts. 3, exhale through the mouth slowly for 6 to 8 counts. 4, after the exhale, pause, feel the stillness. 5, inhale again and repeat for 5 rounds. Let your mind settle. Let your energy reorganize. Let awareness rise. Then move, not from habit, but from harmony. Action. Step 2, ride the cycle, don't fight it. Here's your challenge for the week. Every 90 minutes, step back and ask, am I in flow or am I forcing? If you're forcing, pause, breathe. Come back to your center. This is how you avoid the burnout spiral. Because true warriors aren't always intense, they're always aware. In closing, you are not the storm, you are the one who surfs it. Laozi's message is clear. Intensity must be followed by release. Storms must return to silence. And trust grows where effort ends. So remember, you don't have to push every moment. You don't have to fight your own rhythm. You don't have to be loud to be powerful. You just have to be aware, and let that awareness carry you, like wind, like water, like Tao itself. If this message stirred something in you, don't keep it to yourself, like this video if it landed for you. Share it with someone who's been living in the storm too long. Invite a friend to join our 81-day Tao Challenge. 5 minutes each morning of insight, silence, and embodiment that could shift their entire way of living. And if you haven't yet, please like our page and subscribe to the channel. This helps grow a global community of people who choose presence over pressure, rhythm over rush, and yielding over force. Remember, when you learn to pause, you don't lose time, you become timeless.